So then, song number three that I picked later, but you had in your initial selection, and you also have a few other songs, was the Ali Sethi song. Ali Sethi has come out with a song recently, and this it seems like I haven't heard many Ali Sethi songs historically outside of Coke Studio, but this one decidedly seems to have a new age, like a modern age sound with Ali Sethi's vocals, but and sort of lyrical content. But why did you pick this song?
So it's produced by Abdullah. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Oh no, I didn't know. Okay, that makes sense.
So like one of the reasons I picked it is because I think it says a lot about what Ali Sethi is trying to do in his career right now. So I had a chance to see Ali Sethi on his US tour when he was performing live. So I saw him in Seattle a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
So he plays this as like the first or second song when he starts. So he does like a 80-minute set. और उसमें ये पहला दूसरा गाना होता है. And so he does a lot of talking in his set. And so he's like, doing lots of background हर गाने के पीछे. तो इसमें बताता है कि उसने ये like he did on his like little keyboard did a recording, sent it to Abdullah, and Abdullah said, I'm going to do something with it, but you won't like it.
Oh, okay.
And then sends it back, and then it was either this or like close to a final form of this. So it's interesting. And then the way that he does his set is that the set was about, I would say 60% Indians, 40% Pakistanis, maybe even 70-30. And everybody वो गजलें रिक्वेस्ट कर रहे थे लोग जो इसने गाई हुई है. और ये कुछ वो भी गजलें गा रहा था जो आमतौर पे like he hasn't done on Coke Studio or whatever, but like other people have requested, so he'll sing a few songs, he'll sing a few Bollywood songs, he'll do mashups.
Right.
But people were putting out requests, and what he would do is that he would sing 2-3-4 लाइनें गाता था गजल की, and then he would move on to the next गजल. पूरी गजलें नहीं गाता था, which I found was really interesting. Basically what he ended up doing was that he was catering to particular people in his crowd, some of who quite much older as well, who had particular ghazals in mind that they wanted to hear. And he was able to do it in a way that he continued to bring the new crowd forward. And so what he does is that he sort of educates the crowd on the kind of ghazal history, while also making sure that everyone remains interested. And
Right.
this kind is sort of in a poppy zone.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's really interesting that he is taking his sound now to this scene.
Right.
And the reason I find it interesting is because Pakistani जो सारी traditional arts हैं जिस किस्म की भी, I think this you see it a lot in like cultural work, I see in technological work also, कि हम वो एक चीज अड़ जाती है ना tradition पे, तो हम उस पे फिर हम उसको किसी तरह करने को ना हम उसको sacrilegious समझते हैं.
Right, of course.
कि कुछ हो जाएगा. And so for traditional arts, especially ghazal, like कवाली तो फिर भी नुसरत ने कर दी थी ना कि उसमें
too much controversy at the time apparently. People tell me.
Yeah, lots, but अब तो कोई कुछ नहीं कहता ना, बस वो एक दफा हो गया. So I think with ghazal there hasn't been as much intervention or innovation as with Qawwali. And so to have someone that has established his position in that range of singers by like being around all the big people, like इनके उस्ताद थे, फिर वो फरीदा खानम के साथ, like he says he's with her a lot, उनसे सीखता है, so he has like clear reverence to the older folks. So once he's established that reverence, that he is from now this position doing crazy things like this song, like Ghazab Kiya, I think lends a sense where new things are happening without people being able to call out that he is destroying the old tradition.
Right. So basically what you're pointing out is that he, because of his varied interests and like obvious fluency in styles, he has distinct audiences who he's able to allow to exist in the same space just because he's fluent in those different sort of art forms, not art forms but genres,
and can take a traditionally like what appears to be a stereotypically dated form that would be boring in a concert setting, and manages to keep young people interested as he takes them through. And that's his whole thesis, right? वो argument बताता रहता है कि like ghazal is a young people's genre, सिर्फ बूढ़े लोगों को नहीं सुनना चाहिए, we have to like modernize it. So that's his like a thing that he's been saying for many years. And so that he is now operationalizing it, both in terms of how he does the concert and how he is doing this new music, I find is very, very interesting. And it is worth commenting on as like an artistic strategy.
Endeavor.
Like, yeah, even if you don't like the song in particular, like
Sure.
what he is trying to do with it will have I feel like a lasting impact.